We've got these stories on VA News Today.
VA helps show off the greening of government on Earth Day 2011.
The department remembers Oklahoma City bombing victims 16 years later.
And these softball players are getting ready for a summer tour to show there is life after war.
We've got those stories and a couple more coming up in just a few seconds, so don't go anywhere.
I'm Herman Cohen with VBA's Loan Guarantee Service.
And I'm Ann Richardson, also with VBA and the Education Service. Thanks for joining us today. VA again opened its doors for other federal agencies to join in the celebration of Earth Day. Several government agencies had exhibits of products and systems designed to use less energy more efficiently while producing less waste. A number of VA facilities and services manned exhibits to provide information on their work to preserve energy and advise employees how they can help.
As you know, if you've been to the gas station recently, the price of gasoline is going up. And as the more we get away from the petroleum products, the more stable our vehicle fuel usage will be, because we won't be so dependent on foreign petroleum, which has been the aim of the federal fleet programs all along, but it's now really becoming very obvious as the price nears $4 a gallon here, and it's already over $4 a gallon in some places.
We can all turn off our computer monitor when we're not at our desk, either overnight or even when we're gone for a few hours for a meeting. All you have to do is push that power button on the monitor. Another thing we can do is make sure that our task lighting under our desks is turned off when we're leaving for long periods of time, just to save more energy and create cost savings for facilities. We can make sure that we double-sided print. When we print, we can default all our printing jobs to double-sided printing, and that saves money by reducing the amount of paper we need to use to print out documents. First of all, we shouldn't be printing anything if we can help it, but if we have to, we should do double-sided printing.
It's hard to believe it's been 16 years since the bombing of the Federal Building in Oklahoma City on April 19, 1995. A senseless act that hurt 850 people and killed 168, including 98 of our fellow federal employees. And it seems like only yesterday that VA officials planted a small seedling that is now this small but growing cherry tree in front of VA Central Office in memory of those killed in the bombing. In a light rain on the anniversary of the bombing, employees dedicated this permanent plaque at the base of the tree.
We gather today to memorialize our losses, but also to commemorate what we've added in terms of a new appreciation for family, friends, co-workers, and the bonds we share with our neighbors and community and fellow Americans.
VA is always looking for ways to get our wounded warriors back into the mainstream, leading fulfilling, active, and productive lives.
A VA prosthetic device manager in Tucson took the initiative to do just that, creating an amputee softball team that has taken on a collective life of its own. The public broadcasting system station at the University of Arizona sent us this report.
At first sight, the veterans practicing softball at Hillebrand Stadium at the U of A seem like they've been playing for several seasons. And there's plenty of balls being hit over the outfield wall.
That's what we want. We want base hit. There you go. But they haven't played a sport at this level since their amputation and rehabilitation. So this is the first time they ever came out to do this, and I see some serious talent in this ballpark and on this field. Not too bad there. Good pitch, Manny.
David Van Sleets is a prosthetic device manager with the VA.
Come on, Brandon, let's wait for your pitch.
And the coach for the softball team.
Something like that, okay? So you got to be right there, okay?
He says this is the first day for practice for the players, and many have had to overcome difficult challenges to get here.
There you go. We have 4 arm amputees here. Got it. Got it. We have 3 above knee, 11 below knee, 1 foot. And on the mound right pitching right now is our youngest player, who's 21 years old, who lost both legs below the knee. Absolutely phenomenal athlete. How's that new special prosthesis working? Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Van Sleet is also a prosthetic specialist with the VA.
There you go.
He says these vets from around the country are at the University of Arizona participating in a program designed to introduce them to opportunities within higher education and sports.
These guys, They deserve the best. We'll give them the best. The money is not an option. You know, basically we give them what they need. There you go. As you can see, we got some talent here.
I kind of view it as I'm only like a year old now. I mean, these are brand new. I got to learn how they move, and I'll adapt to that. Josh Waggy is a U.S. Marine. He had been in Afghanistan only 6 months when he lost both legs below the knee while on a routine patrol in a light armored vehicle. I was in the back as a passenger, and the back left tire ended up hitting it. There's actually four wheels on each side, and it set it off. It went right through the gas tank. I took the blunt of it, and 2 other guys got hurt, but no one died. So we kind of got blessed that way. I took the worst of it. Waggy has taken a bad situation and made the best of it. And he's now focused on competing in the Paralympics with a new set of prosthetics. The speed, quickness, agility, that's all coming. But I've only had them for a year, and it's just going to get better because I'll get more used to the way these things move. I'll know exactly what to expect from them. And it's just a time thing. You just got to learn how they work. The cylinder in back is actually a Fox Racing shock. That's probably about as high-tech as it gets for me. I have carbon fiber in the toe, which is these 2 bars, and that actually allows me to kind of spring off of it. A lot of these guys, if you see above the knee prosthetic, that's a lot of microprocessors and whatnot involved in a leg. But I'm kind of like the paper cut. I still have both knees, so I just have an extension. It's not too special, except for the cylinder. So Waggy is modest about his high-tech legs, but the fact is that according to David Van Sleet, there's over $2 million worth of hardware out on this field. Mike Minen is another veteran attending the camp at the University of Arizona.
We were out on a patrol, and the rocket hit 3 of us before it exited the vehicle. It hit one of my troopers, Tristan Wyatt, the other team leader, Eric Castro, and then myself. Tristan and I are both AKs, above the knee amputees, and Eric is a hip disarticulation on the left, so he has absolutely no leg at all on the left side.
Minen lost his leg in 2003. He's now a prostheticist that works with new amputees. He says the camp allows for veterans to carry on with their lives and see that they are not limited in what they can accomplish.
You know, that's kind of the biggest challenge, and that's what I really enjoy about working at the VA as the chief of prosthetics. I got a lot of these young guys in, they're fresh off injuries, and they think their life is over because they're missing a part or they have some kind of serious injury, and it's only limited by what you want to do. Because I mean, we can build anything you want and get you back out doing your favorite activities. So it's been great.
That's really good.
Janet Olson is with the U of A's Disability Resource Center.
They want to go in the evening, they can go in the evening.
She says this 4-day camp is designed to show the vets what is available to them here on campus.
Not only to introduce them to education and to what's available to them, but also to introduce them to wheelchair sports. That's primarily, our program is focused on that. And what we've found with individuals who have disabilities who get involved in sports, they end up having a better experience reintegrating into the community. Even if they haven't been a veteran, it's still a traumatic thing that occurs. And so by getting them involved in sports and getting them active again, a lot of times you're able to move forward in life into what you really want to be doing.
Way hit the ball.
The university's welcomed us with open arms. I can't thank them enough for all that. They've really made us feel great. It's more doors that get opened up, and it just kind of gives these guys a look at something else that they didn't realize was there before.
20 veterans participated in this year's camp, and currently several students from previous camps are enrolled at the University of Arizona.
There you go, Carl.
The Wounded Warrior amputee softball team will be in the Washington metro area this weekend for games against teams with able-bodied players in Virginia and Maryland, including a team of employees from the Walter Reed Army Medical Center. If you're in the area, the games are open to the public.
Across the VA nation, staff is always working to be ready for the worst. Readiness is an absolute mission. To prepare employees, patients, and the fire department, the VA Gulf Coast Healthcare System in Biloxi held a fire training exercise. Here's a report from Amy Tabor and videographer Eric Maya.
The last week of January, VA Gulf Coast participated in a fire training exercise. The mock drill allowed the VA and the Biloxi Fire Department to work together and test our readiness in an emergency situation. Here's the scenario. The fire department arrives. At first, not knowing this is just an exercise. There is smoke coming from a window as they pull in and prepare to locate the source of the fire.
Fire department's on scene.
Firefighters communicate with VA staff to find the most efficient route to reach the hot spot.
You said B113, right? B113.
And to help evacuate any remaining patients.
I heard her say they found the victim. Is that one of the ones we placed? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So they're going to do what they do. Okay, let's see how it goes.
We can get them behind the smoke barrier, that'll be good.
VA staff also take what they have learned from various evacuation training and apply it.
Each of these have straps located right underneath the side. I'm going to grab this patient and bring him right down onto the floor. On we go.
As the firefighters prepare for entry, they give everything a quick check. Their first obstacle is a smoke-filled hallway. Because of the gray out, they are forced to feel their way and crawl towards the cause of the blaze.
Okay, Chief, have them come down to the west stairwell,
Once they reach the room where the smoke was billowing, the objective has been achieved.
Chief, the fire is out, and we do have a window up on the 5th floor. We can go ahead and close the fire doors toward the east stairwell that you originally wanted to evacuate the smoke and evacuate out this window. It is open now.
The drill will help the VA maintain a safe patient environment and gives the fire department a valuable on-site lesson. The instructors will be able to evaluate the operation, learn from and correct any mistakes now, instead of trying to while there is an actual ongoing incident.
Television station KGUN, Channel 9 in Tucson, sent us this report on the POW Remembrance Day at the Tucson VA Medical Center. Several former POWs came out to share their experiences and exhibit memorabilia.
Today, the Veterans Administration hosted an event to recognize their sacrifices. POWs from all wars shared personal stories of being captured, then held captive. One veteran says listening and learning from these heroes is critical to our nation's history. They don't want the world to forget that the freedoms we have now came at a high price.
Well, this is our biggest challenge. Of course, you know, there were 116,000 World War II prisoners of war that survived and made it home. But there were only like 4,000 Korean and only 600 Vietnam.
The men gathered today were held in prison camps in Europe and the Pacific.
Did you know? Also, as part of Earth Day week, Secretary Shinseki, Acting Undersecretary for Memorial Affairs Steve Murrow, and federal, state, and local officials gathered at the Massachusetts National Cemetery in Bourne to flip the switch on a new wind turbine. The 50-kilowatt windmill will supply more than 95% of the facility's electricity and complements the department's commitment to renewable and clean energy accomplishments in 2011, like 17 solar power projects, 1 new wind turbine, 1 geothermal system, and 6 combined heat and power systems.
That's all we have for this week. I'm Herman Cohen.
And I'm Ann Richardson. Have a great week, everybody.